When I was 15, a teacher at my school started failing me on purpose. At least that's what I thought. It was my history teacher, Mr. Lawson. Everyone liked him except me. No matter how much effort I put into my assignments, he always gave me low grades. At first, I assumed I was just bad at history. But then something weird happened. One day after class, he stopped me and said, "You're capable of much better work than this." That confused me. If he thought my work was bad, why did he sound disappointed instead of annoyed? So, the next assignment, I spent hours on it. I checked every detail, rewrote paragraphs, even had a friend proofread it. When I got it back, "See, Ja?" I was furious. I stayed after class and asked him directly, what did I do wrong? He didn't answer the question. Instead, he said, "Are you proud of the work you turned in?" I said yes. He looked at me for a moment and said, "Then next time make something you're actually proud of." At that point, I was convinced he just didn't like me. This went on for months. No matter how hard I tried, the grades never matched the effort. By the end of the semester, I honestly hated that class. Then on the last day before finals, he handed back our final essays. Mine had an A written on it, the only A I had received from him all year. I thought it was a mistake. After class, I went to his desk and asked about it. He smiled and said, "This is the first paper you wrote like you actually cared." I told him I had cared about all of them. He shook his head. "No," he said, "you cared about the grade." Then he pulled out something from his drawer. It was my first essay from the beginning of the year. Next to it was my final essay. He pointed at the first one. "You wrote this to finish the assignment." Then he pointed at the final one. "You wrote this because you had something to say." Apparently, he hadn't been lowering my grades randomly. He was grading me harder than everyone else on purpose, because he said he saw potential I wasn't using. At the time, it felt unfair, but years later in college, I realized something. His class was the only one that ever forced me to actually think about what I was writing, and weirdly enough, it ended up being the reason I got good at it. So Reddit, was my teacher motivating me the wrong way? Or did he actually do the right thing?